lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see from the title of today's video, we're going to be reacting to Emoji by SB19 and Jolin. I hope I'm saying their name correctly. If I'm not, please do let me know in the comments. But honestly, I have been recommended this song so often, and I really am so excited to see what we can expect from this one. So I can't wait to get into this. But before we do, if you guys are new to the channel, then welcome and thank you for joining in. Make sure you click on that subscribe button down below to stay up to date with what I post on this channel. And while you're at it, why not leave a little like on this video as well? It really does help me to see what you're enjoying watching so I can keep on making more videos like this. But with all that being said, I just can't wait to get into this one, so let's go. I wonder what sort of vibe we're going to get from this one. I honestly have no clue. You never know what to expect with SB19. It's the best. Oh, we're hitting off from the start.
I wake up, I log in, lights hit my face and I'm in. Get the neon skin, I'm glowing. Keep it cute, keep it exciting.
Sorry, I wasn't prepared. I wasn't ready. Oh my gosh, hold up. What? Oh my god, no, hold up. There's so many things happening. I've got so many thoughts going on in my brain, guys, that it's actually so hard for me to even compute them all myself. Number one, they're looking stunning already. Pablo, oh my gosh, gorgeous. Jolin, can I just say, opening up like that, phenomenal. Already kind of obsessed. But I love almost where I feel like this is going already. Like, Pablo just talking about, you know, you wake up, you've got that neon light, we're talking about emojis. I feel like it is probably more so to do with that sense of media, possibly, you know, neon skin, neon lights. I feel like that's where I'm heading with that, you know, especially we're talking about emojis. We all use emojis on social media and, you know, on our phones or on our devices, whatever you want to say. And I think that's possibly where we're heading with this song. And the thing I was just thinking to myself then is already I feel like we're getting great imagery. We're talking about emojis. This song is called Emoji. But what we have here is all of the people, apart from obviously SB19 and Jolin, it seems like at the moment anyway in this shot, have these masks covering their face, which it feels almost as if you aren't able to express yourself properly in reality, like in person. We get so used to having this short form of media where it is just sending these emojis and sending these GIFs and whatever else it may be, that it is just like you sort of lose a sense of self and lose a sense of being able to express yourself in a true form outside of that media. I don't know, but I feel like maybe it is just like you're masking those feelings. I don't know. That's just where I'm heading with, first of all, just like from the outset. But oh my gosh, Pablo in that little jacket, everything. And listen, Stell, already I can see your hair is looking absolutely gorgeous. I am so ready for this. I'm so excited.
I wake up, I log in, lights hit my face and I'm in. Get the neon skin, I'm glowing. Keep it cute, keep it exciting. Read the cover for a messy place. What's in my mind cannot be traced.
Sweet little cover for, was it A Messy Place? Oh my, these lyrics actually wild in, guys, and I'm not gonna be able to keep up, am I? What's in my mind cannot be traced. Oh, when I tell you the lyricism, oh, it's just, honestly, it makes my heart very happy and it makes my soul very happy. I can't tell you how much I love SB19 when it comes to lyricism. Every single song, I feel like I fall in love yet again with just how incredible they have of minds. Like, it's so powerful and strong. It is just like we have this sense of covering up what we're really going through sometimes, you know, all that mess, all that chaos, all that sadness, anger, whatever it might be. And we do kind of just put on this front and make out like everything's okay when actually everything's not necessarily okay. You know, we are experiencing things. We're human. But it almost feels like this sense of technology that we have these days, it really does take a little bit of that humanity and that feeling and emotion away from us as a society, as individuals. And I think it does get a little bit concerning and a little bit sad in knowing that, you know, those emotions kind of get overtaken by just, you know, being able to respond with like a thumbs up or a smiley face or like everything's, you know, okay, when actually there's a lot more going on beneath the surface than what you're actually showing. And again, what's in my mind cannot be traced. Like I can't even really conjure up everything that I'm thinking and everything that I'm really feeling, because I don't necessarily, number one, want to admit that on such a open platform, but number two, also just, it is like you get so influenced sometimes by this sense of media, by all of these, you know, things that you see, these photos, these videos of all of like the perfect lives and everything just seeming like it's incredible. And it is just like you lose a sense of yourself sometimes, I feel like, in all of that, because you are sort of portrayed like the world is this beautiful place and everybody's life is rosy, when actually it is all just a bit of a front. And then it almost in turn makes you feel worse about yourself and your situation, because you're like, why isn't my life as perfect as I'm seeing on this screen? But it is just like, actually, it is all a little bit of a facade. Like, it's not necessarily real. It's just a cover, a front. Oh, guys, I am absolutely loving this. I'm loving this song. It's so good.
Read the cover for a messy place. What's in my mind cannot be traced. And I won't say much, just kiss your face. With thumbs up, send hearts like this. And a tap, swipe, swipe, pause. Slash post, then I'll pause. Trending fingers crossed. I don't really mind cause it ain't my loss.
I don't think I'm okay. I think Ken's just captured my soul, and you know what? You can have it. It's fine. It's fine. I don't need it anymore. Ken, you feel free to take it. Oh my gosh. It's just the bassiness in his voice. It's just like how he just did that so on beat. Oh my gosh, and he looks fantastic too. Wow. Okay. I definitely wasn't prepared for this one, but I'm so just like losing my mind for it. It's an incredible song. I feel like I couldn't even concentrate on what you were saying there, Ken, so I'm going to take it back a second because I really want to focus in on these lyrics, but oh my gosh, Ken. Wow.
Thumbs up, send hearts like this. And a tap, swipe, swipe, pause. Slash post, then I'll pause. Trending fingers crossed. I don't really mind cause it ain't my loss. I'm living.
I honestly, I really appreciate the message in this song. It is just like these days, it does feel like media is so fixated on catering to what will go viral, what will trend, you know? And even if that means having to hide yourself, having to hide who you really are, having to put on this front and make out like you are this perfect person who has this perfect life and nothing is ever wrong, and you know, you've got these hearts and these smiley faces and everything is rosy and happy, and like if you're seeing things through rose tinted glasses, it's like those sort of things really do just go viral. It's like, fingers crossed it does trend. Like, fingers crossed that everything, you know, that I'm posting is going to be this virality that everybody's just going to fall in love with. And it's like, yes, it might trend, but ultimately, how real is that? How true is what you're actually showcasing? And I think that is just what media is these days. It's like, how much of what you see is actually reality, and how much is a front? How much is this cover? How much are we actually seeing of what humanity is? And also, what is that teaching people? Like our younger generation, they're seeing all of this be influenced towards them, and it's like they then feel they have to fit these standards and these stereotypes of what's being shown to them. But it is just like what's being shown to them isn't real. So then they're growing up seeing this perfection and this, you know, unachievable standard of living. And it's like they're then wondering how to achieve that when it is almost like you're chasing something you're never going to necessarily be able to reach because it's not real, you know? It just, like, I really love with SB19 how they have such real messages in their songs and, like, such necessary topics of conversation that they really bring to their music that I appreciate, because I don't feel like there's many artists who would openly talk about something like this in such an honest way. And I think that really does just set them aside yet again from, you know, other people within the industry, and just saying, like, we aren't afraid to broach the topics of conversations that need to be talked about and need to be, you know, spoken, because like they say, it's all well and good sending these emojis and making out like you're living this perfect life and everything's going well, but what's actually going on beneath all of that? Like, who actually are you if you're constantly trying to be somebody that you're not, and constantly trying to make people see you in a way and in a light that's not you? It just really makes you sit back and think, doesn't it?
Trending fingers crossed. I don't really mind cause it ain't my loss. I'm living like a villain and I'm killing like a boss. Game time. Tago tago and I'm feeling to my whole side. Emoji with a minute, go read between the lines.
I'm so sorry that I keep pausing, but I physically can't help it. There's going to be a lot of pauses in this video, and it's going to have to be what it is, guys. I'm so sorry. Because Josh, oh, I didn't know we'd get blonde Josh today, and you know what? What a beautiful, beautiful sight to see in Josh today. He is absolutely incredible, isn't he? Oh my gosh, his rap as well. I love the flow so much. It's just it's very satisfying. And he's looking phenomenal. It's got to be said. He's looking stunning. Guys, they're all just beautiful. And I have to keep on saying it, Justin. I am living and loving this complete all in black fit with a little leather jacket. Oh my goodness me. If you guys don't know, I always say one of my favourite things in a music video is just an all in black outfit, a little leather moment, or a denim moment. Oh, it's my favourite thing. This is just perfection.
Really mind, 'cause it ain't my loss.
Ken's vocal. Hiding feelings is what I'm good at. There's so many things that I want to say. Like, there's so many things I've got going around my head and revolving. It's just such an impactful video and such an impactful song when you really deep everything that they're saying and you really look into all of the imagery that's going on. Like this image where Justin's just in amidst all of these people surrounding him, you know, with these masks on in this circular motion. It's like we are just representing this cycle of it just playing on loop of people just almost following in line of just really portraying this persona, portraying this facade of, you know, like he's saying, it being beautiful and life is beautiful and everything is incredible. And it doesn't really matter how I'm feeling and all of that because people are loving it and people are liking my posts and people are sharing it. And it's just like people have become so obsessed, I feel like, with that sense of needing that validation from people, needing that, you know, like or that share or that repost or whatever it may be, just because they want to have that virability. They want to be able to be the next big thing or, you know, whatever it might be. And it is just like, but how much of yourself are you sacrificing for that? You know, how much of yourself are you willing to sacrifice just to gain that notoriety from going viral? And also, how long-lived is that virality? You know, like a lot of the times as well, you might go viral, but within a certain amount of time, it is just like that does all fade away. And after that fades away, then what are you left with? You're then left with this side of yourself that you've created that you don't recognize anymore because you've lost so much of yourself in trying to be what other people want you to be. And it is just like you're trying to meet this stereotype of life for other people to match their expectations. But it's like, but then where are you within all of that? You know? It just really makes you think. It makes you sit back and really just take in everything. I also really love the lighting. I feel like the lighting is very important because especially in this instance with Justin, it's a very known thing that obviously the blue light coming from your phone, you know, that blue light is what reflects. And it is just like he has this almost blue sense all around him. It's almost like that media, that technology is just surrounding him now. It literally is encompassing him. It's almost taken him in. And that's what I feel like we're all a little bit accustomed to is media is just everything for us these days. It's everywhere. We all use it, whether we want to or not, because it's just become like a necessity. You know, having your phone, having a laptop, a computer, whatever device it may be, it's just become something that we're so used to. And it's almost like an instinct now to just have it with you at all times. And I feel like that's just almost really coming across in this. It's just like it is literally surrounding all of us. It's what embodies all of us at this point because we've gotten so used to it being almost there. You know, it's just like is this vice for us. You are beautiful. That's true, Justin. Hey, we're breaking the third wall and I'm here for it, Pablo. You tell us. Listen, I'm talking about all of this as well, but also obviously I do feel like we are all subject to sometimes hiding parts of us because maybe we're worried that people will see those flaws. Maybe also trying to make out like everything's okay when actually everything isn't okay. I think everybody can relate to that in a sense, you know. There is something I feel like within this song that we can all understand on a personal level. And I do think for me even, like there are times when I think for me even, like I love how he really is just calling us all out because I have, you know, sometimes made out like everything's okay. I have, you know, been sending these heart emojis and smile emojis when actually there's been things going on beneath the surface. And I'm like, I'd rather people think that I'm doing okay than, you know, be a concern to somebody or, you know, make somebody worry or stress or whatever it may be. So sometimes I do think that we all have a tendency to maybe put on that smile, make out like everything's okay when actually everything's not. So I just really love how he really did just break that third wall and be like, listen, I'm talking to you. Because you have gone through things like we're talking about, you know, and like other people who are listening to the song have been through. And it is just like we all play a part in this sense of media being the way it is and functioning the way in which it does. And I just think that's so clever. I love that like little mirrored effect, almost like smashing that glass. It's like you're trying to break through that wall, trying to break through this system that's been almost embedded into us. So cool. Listen, and also that little transition with the glitch out. Oh, Pablo. This song is fire. Guys, I feel like this is going to be a long reaction. I'm apologising now because I'm just loving this so much. I'm obsessed with this vibe. I am.
Ain't that what we all do? But hey, I'm talking to you. I kinda like the feel, distorting things I feel. Emoji knows the drill. I fake it 'cause it's real. That everybody's ill. Emoji knows the drill.
Oh, this choreo is fire. This choreo is absolutely satisfying, and I'm telling you now, guys, I need to know, is there a live performance you would recommend of this song? If there is, please let me know, because I need to see a performance of this choreo. I do. It's a necessity. It's got to be done. Also, I will say I really love how they said something about like all of us being ill. It is just like we've all been put under this spell when it comes to technology and it really being this like incredible thing that we can all utilize. And yes, that is true in some instances. Like technology can be so amazing and it can be such a breakthrough for a lot of things in the best of ways, but also it can be such a negative and detrimental thing as well when it's used in the wrong way. And I do think the more that time is going on and the more that technology is advancing, the more worrying it is becoming. So I do just think them just saying, you know, we are all sort of ill. It is just like, we know that sometimes it's not necessarily the best place for us to be on this social media, you know, listening to people's opinions and comments and whatever else. But it is just like, we can't stop ourselves at the same time. It is just like you crave to know what's going on and to see what's happening and to, you know, really be in amidst all of this technology, despite knowing that there are the bad sides too. It's like, it's so true. This song is like, oh, it's just really amazing, isn't it? I needed to see this again. The way they're moving so in time. Also, Stell, did I just see a little bit of a tongue popping out there? I think I did. Listen, Jolin.
Zooming close to me, what you see.
Come on.
Text load to guess who it could be. Tag yourself, unzip the T. Set the face, yeah, play the role. Digital good
She's
enough.
stunning.
Tap, tap, refresh, I'm the reason you scroll. Stay with your chest, don't type.
Tap, tap, I'm the reason you scroll. Oh my gosh, say it with your chest, don't type LOL. I love that. It is just like, do you know what? No, because when I tell you, one of my least favourite things is when you're talking to somebody or messaging somebody, right? And they reply with like LOL. Or they reply with like, what are you doing? Like WYD. Like, oh, it's just like, what happened to conversation? What happened to actually talking? What happened to having like an actual deep and meaningful conversation? Not even a deep conversation, like a meaningful conversation. More than just hi, what are you doing? Nothing. What about you? Nothing. What are you up to? Nothing. It's just like, that is what I feel like we've all become accustomed to, and just accepting that that is an okay conversation to have. And it's like, no, say it with your chest. I want to hear more. I want to hear about your day. Like, I'm reaching out to you. I want to be able to speak to you properly. Don't just, you know, symbolize it in a little emoji. I want more than that. I want to actually know how you're feeling. I want to know what's going on. Like, it is so true. Listen, she is phenomenal. I need to know more about Jolin. Again, I hope I'm saying her name correctly, but like, let me know, guys. Do I need to see more of Jolin? Maybe. She's incredible.
Tap, tap, refresh, I'm the reason you scroll. Stay with your chest, don't type LOL. If you want the real thing, you gotta be bold. If you read my emojis, read the whole. I'm a filter queen with a private soul. Yeah.
I am a filter filter queen with a private soul, maybe one of the greatest lyrics that I think I have heard. I'm a filter queen with a private soul. Like, so many people in this world have this sense now of just filtering everything they say, filtering their photos, you know, really just trying to be this perfect image of this perfect person, when in reality that just isn't true. Nobody in this world is perfect. There is no such thing as perfection. We're all unique and individual in our own ways, and I think it really is like one of the times now where I feel like we do need to start embracing that more, because I do feel like slowly we are losing parts of ourselves because we are worried about showing those flaws, and it is just like, we don't need to be so worried because those flaws make us human. It's what makes us who we are, you know? And it just is a natural thing. We're all flawed in some way. We all have things that maybe we are insecure about, you know? But ultimately, it's those things that make us beautiful. It's those things that make us human beings. And it's something that I think we need to really embrace more, in just saying that we are beautiful in our own right, and we don't need to filter everything we do or everything we say or our photos to make ourselves look any differently or, you know, act any differently, because that just isn't a real representation of who we are. If we're constantly having to, you know, make people see this side to us that isn't true, then how are we ever going to know ourselves? It just does really make you sad to think about how much the media has affected society and the way that we think of ourselves and the way that we look at ourselves as well, you know, and the reflection of that. I think her just saying, you know, I've got a private soul, and it's just like, you hide so much, you bury so much for so long. It's just like, you don't let anybody into that world. And it's just like, your soul is that thing that you keep as a sanctuary to yourself then, I guess, because you just only allow people to see this sort of like made up version of who you actually are.
I'm a filter queen with a private soul.
You wanna be vulnerable. See, now I built this wonder wall.
Come on, Ken.
Yeah, I'm beautiful.
Little breaths in the beat.
See, now I built this wonder wall. You really can't be beautiful.
I love this shot.
Beautiful.
Josh.
No mask off, no telling what's true. Ain't that what we all do? But
Hey, I'm talking to you. I kinda like the thrill, distorting things I felt. Emoji knows the drill. Get that? I fake it 'cause it's real, that everybody's ill. Emoji knows the drill. Dead ass.
You know, every time I listen to another SB19 song, I think to myself, this is going to be a favourite for me. And every time it's just like, there's another one and another one. And I've just come to realise I can't choose a favourite. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to choose a favourite SB19 song because it's physically impossible. They just come at you with such incredible bangers of songs that have such deep meaning and like incredible lyricism and that are so real and authentic that it just is like, how do you choose a favourite song from SB19? Let me know if you have one, guys, because I honestly, I can't pick. As of right now, like, I know I've still got so much to explore, but still, like, even of the ones I've heard, I've only heard a snippet and I still can't pick a favourite, so I don't think I'm ever going to be able to. Oh my gosh. They're just too good. They're like just too incredible. Do you know what I mean? Oh, wow.
Emoji knows the drill. Dead ass.
See, it's too true, and like I was talking about earlier on, you know, in that sense of people wanting to go viral, it is like at some point that does fade out, and it is just like at one point all of these lies are going to come hitting back at you and you're going to come crumbling down because you can't keep up that facade forever. It's physically impossible. I feel like you can't keep on being somebody that you're not for your whole life, because that's just not a life to live, is it? Constantly trying to make other people happy by not being yourself, just to try and be this viral person. Like, it isn't an answer or a cure. It just is literally just burying who you are deeper and deeper down into this pit until you literally don't know who you are anymore. This song is so like hard hitting, and again, I really love how with SB19 there are those songs that are so like powerful and strong and have such real impactful and empowering and deep vulnerable messages that are so upbeat and vibey in the music, but if you really listen to the lyrics, it's like, whoa, this is hitting on a complete different level than you could ever expect just from hearing the like tone and the vibe and the rhythm, you know? And I think that's just what they do. They really pair those two worlds together so perfectly. And it just like, it blows my mind every time. I love her hair. Come on, Stella with the little body rolls. Who was that? Who was that? Something tells me that I want to say it was possibly Stell. But whoever that was, you have the voice of an absolute angel. I mean, they all have voices of angels anyway, let's be truthful. They're all angels. But like, that was heaven sent. Oh my gosh. Honestly, Stell with these little body rolls, I can't keep up today. He's wilding on those body rolls, and I'm here for it, I am. But honestly, him just saying as well, Paolo just saying, emojifying life. It is just almost like, how do you then realise what is real and what's not away from that screen? You know? Even when you see somebody now, it's almost like, do you really know this person on a real level? Are you actually seeing what is them, or are you just seeing what they want you to see? It does make you question then, like, how much of what we take from social media actually runs through to real life and who we are in person, because it is just like, we are emojifying life in that sense, because you never really know what somebody's feeling or what somebody's thinking, because we've been so used to just burying everything within ourselves and just making out like everything's okay and perfect. It's such a deep thinker of a song. It really is. A little slow-mo. Get it with the choreo. I love the little glitch outs as well. Honestly, that was absolutely incredible. When I tell you, I kid you not, right? And I mean this with my heart of hearts. Every time I react to another SB19 video, I get so excited. And I get so like thrilled to actually be able to hear another song or to see more of their personality or whatever it may be. Like, I get so beyond excited. And I can't explain like what sort of connection that SB19 has. But it just like, since I've started reacting to them, I feel like it's just made me even happier. Like, their music really has impacted life in such a beautiful way for me, because I just think their music is so inspiring, so empowering, so meaningful, and I think it really is just something that a lot of people can go to no matter what you're feeling, you know. And I think that's what's really beautiful about them, and what I love about SB19 is it just feels as if they really are almost like a comfort within their music, because they do just feel so much, and they put that into every single song, no matter what vibe that is, whether it's a ballad, whether it's a real like power fight song, or whether it's like a real like love sort of romantic song. It's just like, whatever you're feeling, SB19 just put those feelings and emotions into such beautiful artistry. And I love that so much, and it really does just draw you in. But this song, guys, I didn't know what to expect, but like, obviously I knew it was going to be incredible because it's SB19, but like, this was just unreal. I loved the message, the deep and meaningful, the real, just like, I just love the real power in this song. Absolutely. And Jolin as well. Like I said, let me know what you know about Jolin, guys, because she was absolutely phenomenal too. But yeah, I just love this song. I'm so sorry this reaction is so long, but also I couldn't help myself today because this was everything. They were looking stunning. The outfits were gorgeous. I still can't get over Josh. Josh and the blonde was a moment that I didn't know I needed until right this second, and it's just a great place to be in this video, honestly. I feel really flustered by this one. I don't know why. I don't know what it is, but it's making me giddy. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching along this video with me. If you did, then like I said, make sure you're clicking that subscribe button down below to stay up to date with what I post on this channel. And while you're at it, why not leave a little like on this video as well? It really does help me to see what you're enjoying watching so I can keep on making more videos like this. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day and I will see you in the next video.